The Denver Nuggets are up 1-0 against the Los Angeles Lakers. A great game in Denver, Mile High City, high altitude, thin air. Jokic, an impressive game, 34 points, 21 rebounds, 14 assists. Anthony Davis had a good game for the Lakers, 40 points. Imagine Davis with 40 points and the Lakers still lose. So Denver up 1-0. As I mentioned yesterday on this channel, the Denver Nuggets have the second best home record in all of basketball. Game 2, the point spread is set at 6. The total yesterday, it shot over by 30 some points. So the total for the game was 222.5. Now, the point spread in game 1 opened 5, was bet up to 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, a touch of 7.5 down the middle, solves the riddle. What does that mean in English? I'm glad you asked. I can tell you that savvy, smart, sharp sports bettors, oftentimes, like myself, they will bet numbers and value more than betting teams. As an example, I mentioned that the point spread with Denver opened -5 and it closed at 7.5. So as an example, down the middle solves the riddle, meaning that if you wanted to net $1,000 on your bet, you have to risk 1,100. So as an example, if you bet early and you bet often, as to avoid the risk of being shut out, you laid 5 with Denver, especially you see value at -5 and it starts to move to 5.5. You want to catch that 5, 1,100 to win 1,000. Now you kick back, chill, relax, and just watch and learn. As the point spread goes from 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, it's about an hour before tip off. Now you see a touch of 7.5. So you can actually, you have a 2.5 point middle there. So you can actually come back and bet the Lakers plus 7.5, 1,100 to win 1,000. So chances are, if it doesn't fall 5, 6, or 7, which is likely that it will not, you're risking 1,100 to win 1,000, Denver -5, risking 1,100 to win 1,000, Lakers plus 7.5. So for all intent and purpose, chances are it's going to fall with outside of that 2.5 point window. Meaning you're going to win a bet, you're going to lose a bet, meaning that you're going to win 1,000, but you're going to lose 1,100. So you are -$100. However, if it falls 6 or 7, you've middled it and you win both sides of the equation. Now, again, you don't have to lay 5 plus 7.5 at the same place. It's called a synthetic middle. You can actually have as many outs to bet as humanly possible, whether it be in the islands or in Las Vegas. You want to have as many different places that you can bet as humanly possible because not all odds are created equally. So as an example, if it falls 6 or 7, you win both sides. You win the Lakers plus, which is what happened last night. It fell 6. Denver wins by 6. So down the middle solves the riddle. So if you had the Lakers plus 7.5, you net 1,000. If you had Denver -5, you win 1,000. You're up $2,000. Congrats. And you're only risking $100. In other words, you only have to hit the middle one time in 20 to break even. One time in 20 to break even, and it happened last night. So now the next 19 times, it's gravy. So if you can hit 3, 4, 5, 6 times out of 20 and you're netting $2,000 a pop, winner, winner, steak and lobster dinner. Now, of course, if you want to bet 5,500 to win 5,000, you're risking $500 with a chance to net win 10,000, which again, last night, perfect example, down the middle solves the riddle. Let's go ahead and talk about Mark Jackson, my favorite topic the past couple of weeks, the clown who did not have Jokic number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 in MVP voting. He left Jokic off the ballot, and yet he's courtside broadcasting the game, and Jokic just lit it up. 34 points, 21 rebounds. He had 12 rebounds in the first quarter, on pace for 48 rebounds for the game. He had 14 assists. This guy is a man amongst boys. He was my MVP for the third consecutive year. The reason Embiid won was because there is a perceived bias against any player winning 3 consecutive years. I get that. Also, Embiid had a fantastic season. He led the league in scoring, 33.1 points per game. He also averaged one more block per game than Jokic, but Jokic led every other statistical category as far as having more than twice as many assists per game and more than 1.5 rebounds per game. So Jokic, my MVP. Plus, Embiid is the only MVP in the history of the world never to have made it out of the second round of the playoffs. And let us not forget, I won't let you forget, by the way, in the deciding 7th game, your leader, MVP Embiid, scored a whopping, impressive 15 points. Are you kidding me? Game 2, Denver hosting the Lakers. The total has been bet up to 227 and a half after they shattered the over in the first game. And the point spread for the game 2 is 6. We'll see where the money comes in. I just cannot imagine the Lakers playing any better than they did in game 1. They flat out shot lights out and still lost. Now, not to say that the Lakers won't defend or hold serve at home, but I'm telling you, it's tough to win in Denver. High altitude, thin air, second best home record in all of basketball. Jokic, unforgettable. Because again, your friend, not mine, Mark Jackson, said that, oh, I forgot about Jokic for the MVP. Give me a break. His excuse, flat out lie, in my opinion. All right, see the cashier.